Number 8, Toriano Clinton Jr., running back for the University of Indianapolis Greyhounds, had a record-breaking start to his season, was setting a new single-game rushing record with 270 yards, which hadn't been broken for 56 years.
When I broke that first record, it was at Hillsdale. I was in shock. I didn't believe him. Who would have thought so soon that finally my time would come for me to rise to the occasion, to be Toriano. I wasn't trying to be anybody else, you know. To see that me being me is enough. I've been given the criticisms of, you're not big enough, you're not tall enough, you don't weigh enough. You know, it's always a you're not, you know what I mean? All my life. So just to see that I did that and then to do it again.
Toriano then broke his own single-game rushing record with 287 yards, surpassed 1,000 yards in a season, and became the 7th UND player to pass 3,000 yards in his career.
I had an amazing game, did some great things, and I was slowly approaching 2,000 yards, which would have been so great. It was just a phenomenal season so far, and to have I had over 1,500 yards in 7 games, which means I was more than on course to, you know, rush for more than 2,000. I was the leading rusher. Going into that game, I had a mindset, same mindset as always. We're gonna win this game. I'm gonna do whatever I can to win this game. I was running the play. I think it was inside zone. All of the defensive line fell on my ankle. And I had a high-low ankle sprain and had to get an MRI for it. And they was just like, you know, that doesn't look good. There was a lot of fluids and stuff up in there. It was all messed up. And at the time of the actual injury, I tried to keep playing after I could barely walk. Something's not right. Is this the end? Is my season over? Really a bad thing is, how are people going to look at me? How are people going to see me? The first step in going through this procedure of getting back was acceptance. I had to come to terms that this had actually happened to me, and whether I like it or not, there's nothing I can do to change it at the moment. And the second part would probably be actually putting it into action, like I'm not used to being hurt a lot, so the best way to get over something is to get used to it. And it's taken me a long way. If you got a little injury, tap on it, hit it, smack it, it's gonna hurt. But eventually, you do it so many times, you're gonna get used to it. And that little pain that you was feeling, it won't be pain no more. It'll just be like, you gotta pour some alcohol on it. You know what I mean? Like, just, you gotta roll with the punches. And, that's kind of where I took my mindset with it. I just had to be strong and still find a way to be me, even though a part of me was kind of taken away from me, you know, a big part of me at that.
Even with his season being cut short, this didn't stop Toriano from gaining accolades. Most recently, he has been voted to the Division II Coaches All-America team. He is the first UND running back to ever do so. He was also a Harlan Hill nominee, a GLVC Offensive Player of the Week twice, and is ranked in the top 10 in the nation in all-purpose yards per game, rushing yards per carry, total rushing yards, and rushing touchdowns. He'll continue healing and practicing, but not just for his senior year. He'll be training for the Combine and look to take his playing to the next level during his last year at UND. For UND TV, I'm Kielynn.